Well, weep, Grana, weep, Nidibon, everybody. I'm Ghana, I'm Dine. Call me Dine. Welcome to part 4 of Let's Play Dragonview. And in case you didn't know, that was the universal greeting from the 80s Transformers movie. It is one of the phrases I use pretty much all the time online. I use it as my greeting on all of my accounts. Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, on my 3DS, everything. So I'm trying to get that more recognizable, because the Transformers movie was dang good. Because I grew up with Generation 1, Generation 2 Transformers, could never get into anything after that. But for now, it's time to head to Miraj. Before I actually get to Miraj, it's time for a whole bunch of side quests. And to do that, I first need to get an item that's in the cave, well, it's close to the cave where you go to Miraj. So first get there, you want to head east from the lake cave. And that cave is also the best grinding spot in the game at this point. And I gained enough levels to get me through the whole rest of the game, except for maybe a little bit in the final dungeon. I'll be sure to point that out and show it off. But anyway, the path swings southeast from here. Just keep going east, and you'll eventually come to another path. And this one goes a little bit south. Go ahead and follow it. It will eventually take us into the desert, and we just want to follow it without breaking off in any other direction. It'll take us right into the cave. Of course, if you look at the map that we got, yeah, it shows it right there. Not a problem. Now there should be places marked on the map once we get one showing the area east of this one, but I'm going to cover those in this video before even getting the map. You may notice the scenery is beginning to change a little bit. A little bit further, actually. There we go. So we got some appropriate ancient Egyptian themed music that you'd hear in cartoons and movies. That's suitable for this area. I like it. Especially one part coming up in a little bit. There are no monsters. Where are you, monsters? Oh, there's one. I'm not looking. I'm looking at my map. Anyway, I love this part right here. This part of the song. It's actually kind of good I'm not fighting any enemies, because I didn't run into anyone I was coming over here to grind earlier. So I don't want my count to be thrown off on the 100 demons. But we'll be fighting enemies outside in just a bit. But this is the cave we want to go into with that little star in front. That will come into play after a little while. With the quicksand cavern, another history lamp. It is the history of boar rage. Read what is recorded. The rage of the boar is the rage of the sand. Subdue the rage with the sound of the horn. Oh, we don't have a horn. What can we do? Now let's try to keep going in anyway. Some nifty little lion statues there. Yep, quicksand pits. We'll just jump over those. Oh, it's locked! Well, we'll fall. But this is the room I've been talking about. These enemies will not do much damage to you, and they give you about 750 experience points apiece. You can one-shot them starting at level 27, and you'll get there in 10 minutes. They also drop free items. You will have more than enough money you'll need by the time you're done in here. So 784 actually, dang, that's a little bit more than I thought. You want to come in here and talk to this old sorceress. Have you heard about the mystic sandworms? Well, yes I have. Stories speak of a powerful sorceress who offered herself to the golden sandworm. You should journey from here and go to the north. You can see the golden sandworm. I'll talk to her again. The sorceress allowed herself to be swallowed to safeguard a magic horn. Supposedly this happened north of this cave near the mountains. So that makes Miraj completely isolated from the rest of the world until somebody finds that horn. No one can go or leave that village! I'm coming in here simply because I set up my save state for when I'm walking out of the room, and I'd already talked to the woman. So I'm just staying consistent here. But anyway, look at this. I gained another third of a level. Just doing that. But I was watching YouTube videos while grinding earlier. I went up to level 34. I would recommend 30 as your minimum. And there were monsters in here that I took out earlier. Well, during the grinding, there were just more blobs and some gargoyles. Nothing new. I was just watching YouTube videos. I was thinking, oh, I'll get to 32. And by the time I got there, I was thinking, oh, I'll keep going to the end of the video. Well, I got to 34. But anyway, come outside and kind of head to the northeast a little bit. We're looking for a specific enemy, but since all we see are clouds, this could take sooner or later. Now we got to see some new enemies. These red sandworms are the regular ones. Not too bad. Just don't be next to where they emerge from. But we're looking for a golden version of them. Sometimes it could take upwards of 20 battles. I've gotten it on the first try once. It's just a matter of luck. That's another reason why I opened up the 100 Demons quest in the previous video. And I can actually wander into the swamp now and not be afraid of the enemies. I can take them out in 1-2 hits. Of course, once I get the horn, I'll be able to get the item that'll let me power up all my weapons. And that's what part of the video is going to be, is just doing those side quests. Because it's great to do them sooner rather than later. So I don't know how long this is going to be. Maybe do the side quest in the next dungeon. Haven't decided yet. It really depends on how long everything takes. And you may notice I'm already 2/3 of my way to max Jade, just from that grinding. More than enough money to afford all the rest of the heart containers and maxing out consumable items. So we'll see how lucky we get in getting all these. Yeah, these scorpions are a bit faster. They won't shake their tail before stabbing you. They will just stab quickly. So it's best to kind of bait them and get out of the way. Not that I'm worried. I'm obscenely over-leveled for this part. And by the time I get to the final area, it'll catch up. That'll show up sooner or later. Come on, golden sandworm! I said the horn is probably the second most useful item in the game because you need it to get the most useful item in the game. It's that item that makes the final boss a joke. Oh, a jade cache. Monsters will drop that every once in a while. Go for the yellow ones, they're the most valuable. There it is. And I can one-shot it. Yep, 1400 experience, I got the horn. Go ahead and equip it once I'm able to access the screen again. And if you just push A, you'll hear a little melody. So, not very impressive, but it is enough to access where we need to go. Okay, that cave is a wandering healer who will heal and save your game. There should be a path leading back to the... Yep, right over here. So if you walk up to this lion statue and play your horn, it nicely dissolves. So we enter a tomb of some sort. Looks like the downstairs just leads to a dead end, in case you fall in here. Yep, seeing as we got more sandworms in here. Oh, another inscription. The inscription reads, "Press the X button and the Hausa will show you its fantastic power." So we have the special attack for the Hausa now. Same deal as the sword. Press X, it'll drain 1 heart's worth of energy and do normal damage along with 15 HP of defense ignoring damage. So it's handy to have. Now I want to head south-southeast from here to another lion statue. There are actually 3 of them in here, but the third one you just trade 20 fruit for an MP crystal. It's really not worth it at all. If I'm lucky, I'll run right into it. If not, I'll just get lost. I don't have the map for this part yet, but there it is right there. So another blast from the horn. Head inside here. And this will take us to the most useful item in the game. As for getting to it, let's wander. I've got some laser traps in here, you can jump over them. Yeah, laugh at me, will you? You only get 1 HP of damage, you stupid gargoyles. I've got some... Oh my god, they mummified Dalsim! Well, no yoga fire for him, he'd burn himself up. And another type of enemy here, he's just a sorcerer. He'll blast you with fire or other magic. Just hit him before he acts. Not hard at all. Blow the horn again to open this door. Lo and behold, the mirror. The magic mirror is usable in battle and on the world map. If you use it in battle, it'll drain 3 MP, but makes you invulnerable for 1 hit. And on the map, it is what will let us into those Triforce emblems. We've seen a few of them. And there's one we can get into directly southeast of here. And I'll head right to it. Now there's another one here in the desert directly north of the first one, but you can't get into it until you have an item from near the end of the game. So I'll cover that when I'm able to access it. It should be directly south along this path. Indeed it is. So I'll just equip the mirror. And push A. You may have to adjust yourself a little bit. So, a little teleportation. It'll bring us inside a little cave here. And free treasure. So, some more sword energy. Putting the sword at level 4. And level 5 is the max, so we're already almost as powerful as we can get without having to gain more levels. And level 4 is probably the coolest color, if you ask me. Just that shining blue hue reminds me of Sting. It glows blue when orcs are near. Okay, I'm actually going to head back to the quicksand cave because I want to go to Miraj and activate the warp point next to it at the same time. For the main reason that the guy who sells you heart containers is in the town. And part of the side questing is going to be getting all the ones he sells you. He goes to each town twice. And once you buy 6 heart containers from him, he disappears. But now is a good time to max out as much life as you can. So there's the line where we got the mirror. Quicksand Cave is further northwest. So it's at this point in the game where once you're prepared, nothing will stop you. And as for where I am, I'm not paying attention to the paths. No, I'll get back there just following the mountains at this point. I also think this theme is the longest overworld map theme in the game without looping. Okay, I went too far. That's the healer. I only know that because the star wasn't in front of the cave. I'm going to need the horn again, too. There we go. Yeah, that was way off. Oh, I have no sense of direction, so that's okay. So again, just pass through the quicksand cave. Nope, that's the wrong way, you moron. Well, not a moron. I just said that's okay because I have a lack of sense of direction, but oh, here are the enemies that you missed a few minutes ago. That gargoyle only get 49, or was the last digit just hidden? Okay, coming to the right room this time. And play the horn for the lions. They'll dance. Or just chomp at the air, whatever you want to call it. So the quicksand stopped, but you can still fall through the hole if you walk to the center. And the door's open. So I just walk outside, there are no more monsters. And to get to the warp, we just want to head straight west from here. The path will break off slightly to the north to get to Miraj. I'll just swing back around to it. Right there. And I'm going to unlock this one. I'm also going to unlock its partner, so I can get there. So I can get back here relatively quickly once the side quests are done. Even though the partner star is kind of out of the way. I'm showcasing it for completion's sake. Okay, so this is the town of Miraj. It is the town of sorceresses. I agree with you, Temkin. Burritos. They're awesome. Warrior, what brings you to Miraj? The woman asks. Then she spies your pendant. The Gardrak! She exclaims. I must inform Lord Yuna! Oh, we're getting into Final Fantasy territory here. Sorry, excuse me. She's got a great running animation. I just noticed. But I'm not here to talk to everybody just yet. I'm looking for the shady dealer. I think that's the building where you talk to Yuna. Here's who we want to see. Again, the same conversation, but the price has gone up again. Okay, there are two ways I can kind of go about this with these side quests. I'm not gonna activate the warp that's in the swamp. I'm gonna go into the swamp to power up the lightning ring again. Okay, so he's talking about the magic crest where we use the mirror. I think he marked them on the map for us too. Okay, same thing. So again, one crest in the grass, one in the snow field, two in the desert, halfway up Mount Basil. Mount Basil is the final area. Yeah, I'm going to swing back around to the south and walk through the plains, and then head up north into the swamp before I go back to Khazra. Good to save the game at least, because there's one cave that I missed that I didn't showcase. Well, there are some things you can do in it, but you can't fully explore it until later. I think there's something I can do in there. It's just one of those cases where I think I have the game memorized, but there are just some little details that are a bit foggy. Of course, that's another reason why I have a GameFAQs map available, so I don't waste time wandering, thinking, oh, I thought it was over here, maybe it was along this way. No, shoot, crap! Where am I going? I'm lost, mother! I need to stop being afraid to yell, because just trying to do quiet yells makes me sound hoarse voice. Of course, my mic picks up on my mouth movements. It's that's the only annoying thing when listening to playbacks. Well, thank you guys for putting up with that. I'm trying not to do that. The mic just keeps picking it up. Okay, I want to head back to where that lion was and head directly south from it. The line that led us to the mirror. So it should be over here. Yep, right here. And head directly south from it. Oh, it's even got a path for us. Thank you, game. How nice of you. Okay, right there. So the path doesn't lead quite right into it, but close enough. Ow, ow. So here we have the desert cave. This has several items inside of it, but this statue is too heavy for us to move without a special item from a later dungeon. So let's see what we got in here. I'm confident enough. I just saved. Oh, well, we're back into the fire cave. How do we get here? Okay, I could go through that, but not without taking significant damage. There's an item called fire boots later on that lets you walk in the fire without getting hurt. And this area is actually a shortcut to the final dungeon. So I'll be back here at another time. Alright, oh, we got the first boss again. Ah. You and your 1 HP damage against me. How dare you? I nearly one-shot it too, and this needs to be one more level. Only 87 damage? Oh my goodness. No, not 87 damage, 87 experience. That was definitely the first boss again. But for that we got an MP capacity. So, that was a good trade-off. Alright, time to go for those glowing emblems. Now, the first one is back in the Plains region, the Khazra region. And I mentioned, I think I mentioned after completing the Kir Temple, the enemies in the Khazra region become a bit more powerful. So I'll fight some of them to showcase them. But I don't think they give as much experience as the enemies in the desert or the swamp. But what you can do is follow the path until it swings north. That'll be a few more moments. Need the mirror again. I'll cross the river, and then it'll swing north after a few more steps. Oh, that wasn't the part I was talking about. That's right here. Instead of heading north, go southwest. That should take you right to the emblem. Or in a place reasonably close to it. Let's see if it shows up on the lake map. As a matter of fact, it does. I'm too far south. See, that's why you want to talk to those monks. They mark your map for you with all these hidden goodies. One room this time, free chest. How's energy? Also at level 4. The awesome blue hue. And while it'd be nice to be able to upgrade our armor to level 4, that emblem's halfway up the mountain that we won't get to for a while. Time to head back into the swamp. And this time, I'm not afraid. I can take these guys out in 1, maybe 2 hits. And why did I dodge that monster? Just force of habit, I guess. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, more pirate-themed pro wrestlers. This time they're avatars. Not avatars, those people from Avatar. I haven't seen the movie, don't blame me! Okay, here we are in the swamp. Okay, monsters, give me your best shot! I'm at a high enough level where you can't kill me instantly. As for where the hell I'm going, I'm trying to find one of the tree stumps I went to in the other video. Okay, I think I have an idea where I am. Yeah. So heading west from here should actually take me right to the emblem. Emphasis on should. Nope, I'm too far south. That's the cave where the guy challenged me to beat 100 demons. I'm not even close to that. Probably still in the 70s. But it's a useful landmark. Yep, there's the stump where we upgraded the lightning ring to level 2. So head directly east from it. And this will take us to the cave that will let us upgrade to level 3. And lightning magic is the only one you actually have to upgrade. There are some boulders later on that can only be destroyed with it. Young fighter, I'm a lightning wizard. I will bestow power upon your lightning ring so it will become far more powerful. Azig Typhid! So, same deal. Green orb, green life force enemy, whatever you want to call it. But the level 3 spells are really cool. For SNES graphics, anyway. The lightning ring powers increases. And he's just saying goodbye. So, might as well showcase it. Charge up to level 3 and let loose. That is one hell of a ball. Thor must be working overtime. Okay. Need the mirror for the next emblem. That's back in the snowfield. Gotta get out of the swamp. And the best way to do that is to just head southwest. Just took a moment to fade in. Let's fight some of these guys. I'm sick of running away. Oh, you're just a lizard, man. You're just another blob. Get out of here. I get more experience from your cousins in the cave. You supposed to be threatening me? Come on. I love it. I thought you were kind of lizard men in the Care Temple. Well, I talk like this now, but I was still, my legs were still shaking the other day when I was coming in here, of trying to avoid Faisal getting all that stuff. And again, for good reason. I saw so many game overs here first time I played the game. No, my brother and I basically went through this our first time at the same time, my late brother. And we were always thinking, hey, we got this far, we got this upgrade, let's try going into the swamp. Nope. He was the first one to actually make it far enough in the plot to come here safely. And even then, we didn't recognize the good grinding spots, so we were still under-leveled, just able to survive. Yeah, these jumping fat things, I really don't know what to call them. They're probably the most dangerous enemies in here, but best for experience. Alright, want to head back to Khazra. Actually, the warp next to Khazra, because I want to go back to Hujia first. And stone golems. They're new, but easily one-shotted at this point. There's one more new type of enemy in here. I'm trying to face him. And as you run into different palette swaps of the various enemies, some of them will get new abilities, like those scorpions, just instantly stabbing at you with their tails. The pirate pro wrestlers will be able to shoot fireballs. I think the stone golems have something new, I just never let them live long enough to get it off. They're not worth the effort anymore. I'll avoid fights and just head back to Hujia. I'm gonna do a lot of warping this video too. Just come northwest of Khazra, you'll eventually run into the warp. I've already done enough sickness jokes, motion sickness jokes to deal with this, so I don't want to say any more. Now the enemies in here don't change at all throughout the entire course of the game, so they're just the beginning game enemies that only give you 2, 6, 7 experience points. That's Risis right there. Hey Maverick Gamer, how you doing? I'm just doing side quests now, so you're not missing much. And coming to Hujia. The merchant should be in the same spot he was the first time. Yep, there he is. So now the price is up to 600 this time. Still have more than enough. Yeah, between now and the end of the game, most of the heart containers you'll get are from this guy, whereas most of the rest are in the final areas. So it's definitely worth it to come and take the time to buy as many of the heart containers as you can. I want to head west, not east. Get back to Khazra in the blink of an eye. Well, thanks for posting those stakes around the warp star, otherwise I would have missed it. And this game does a good job of being able to identify landmarks while you're wandering around. If you're close enough, you can still see them from a fairly good distance. Okay, got 2 items of business in Khazra. One involves going back to the snowfield to power up the ice ring to its final level. I've been recording for half an hour already? Holy cow. These side quests are taking longer than I thought. Of course I had to find the golden worm first, but I'll do the next dungeon. after I'm done with this, just to have some meat in this video. And yeah, there's also one thing I forgot to show in Khazra after coming back from the Kira Temple. There's one thing that's changed. So I'll do that on the way out. So, 800. He just keeps jacking up the price on us. Well, he can kind of do that. I'm his only customer, and I keep buying his goods. So. He's got a monopoly on heart containers. Right, time to head back in the snowfield. It remains unchanged, just endlessly snowing. Fortunately, it doesn't slow you down. And the way to get to the emblem, actually I can just show it on the map. It's marked for us. It's the one on the right. The left one was that fortress with the house energy. So just follow the path until it splits and keep hitting straight. That should take you past the fortress where we had that chess game with the MP capacity. And that's it right there. It's just not glowing yet. No, that's not it. At least I can see how close I am. Oh, missed it. And here I was just talking about how it's easy to find the landmarks. Holy criminally, where is it? Don't move until you're fully turned around. There it is. There it is. Now ZSense isn't capturing part of the graphics here. There's a beam of light that shoots up along the center of the screen before it expands out like that. So that's just an emulator problem. Young fighter, I am an ice wizard. I will bestow power upon your ice ring so it will become far more powerful. Azig Typhid. I'm only going to see this one more time after this, but it won't be for a while. So if Johnny Cash represented the Ring of Fire and Vanilla Ice was the Ring of Ice, who's a good singer to represent the Ring of Lightning? I never listened to pop culture music when growing up. But there's a level 3 ice spell, a veritable blizzard. I call it the Ice Barrage. I actually used that name in some old fanfics I wrote. This one character's ultimate attack, since he can manipulate water. And just to get back to Khazra, head south, you'll get back to the path. I'm just pointing the wrong way and emerging. Unfortunately, you can't turn around instantly because the game has to render the graphics while you're turning. I don't know how I missed it when coming up. It was practically a straight shot. Oh well. Now, speaking of warp stars, I played through Kirby Air Ride. Played through all the courses and all the city mode stadiums, just so I could consider that game beaten. And it really couldn't hold my interest. I think it'd be a lot more fun if I had more human players. I don't have online capability for my GameCube. I doubt anyone plays it anymore anyway. Well, a bit late to the party, but it could be fun with more humans. If you come and examine the grave again, the inscription reads, "Here lies my beloved sister, taken from me by a wicked blight that the gods would not cure." You can do it in Giza's voice now that we know it's him. But you hear a noise. Huh! It sounds like someone crying. How strange. Lo and behold, a ghost! The ghostly voice echoes, "Ah! Someone stop my brother! Someone!" I was inhaling when I said that. Now we're done in Khazra. Pretty much for the entire rest of the game, and there's no need to come back here at all. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and activate that last warp point that'll connect to the one in Mirage. It's a little bit out of the way, especially since the area isn't required to go until later. But really, this is the only useful time to activate it. And since after leaving Mirage, once we're done there, we won't need to go back there again at all. And my dog's sitting next to me. I'm actually petting him with my right hand and using the arrow keys to move with my left right now. So if I get into a battle, I'll have to switch back quickly. So, sorry, Scamp. He's a great dog. So we want to head back to where that meadow was, where we got an HP capacity a while back, and just continue along the path from there. That'll take us past Neil Village, where Katarina was born. But there's nothing we can do in there, so I'm not even going to go inside it yet. Okay, I want to follow the path. That break-off right there leads us to the meadow. So across the bridge, and once the path splits off again, want to head southeast. Going the other way will take you into the old well, which is the only place where you ever need to use the bow. But you can't and flip that switch just yet anyway. So here's the second to last warp point that we'll find. The last one is in the swamp. But this will take us right back to Mirage. Even I'm getting motion sick just watching that too much. Oh, I said I wouldn't make those anymore. Oh, too late. Trying to come up with quality commentary here. Oh, nothing could be more quality than that cabbage from the third episode of the Yoakana anime. Literally just a sphere. The animation, they ran out of the animation budget after the first episode. Which is really too bad, though, because the animation in the first episode was absolutely gorgeous. The rest was just horrible. And the series itself was nothing like the visual novel. Okay. Done with side quests, got everything caught up and taken care of, so let's go ahead and talk to people in town. Sorceress Guardians of the Orta Temple reside in Mirage, the woman informs you. And since I don't need money anymore, I can go ahead and max out on everything. Yes, you all say the same thing. So I can top off on arrows, bombs, everything. And still have enough left over for the last heart container. Oh, can't roll around, have to go up the slow way. And you will need a spare crystal for a side quest that will happen here in town, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Still have more than enough left. She's one of the Guardians. Good for her. Your powers prevent demons from entering the Orta Temple, but I'm probably going to find out the demons have already entered the Orta Temple. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Use magic to veil their identities, work subtle guile and enchantment upon us. In our confusion, they gain entrance to the temple. Good job, ladies. Okay, so Yuna's in there. We'll go in there last. So here's the last time we'll run into this guy. If you talk to the lady who takes his place, she'll just say no one's seen him for a while. But hey, 6 heart containers from him. No complaints there. Just leave me alone! I was watching, okay, here's someone you want to talk to. She's lost her magic and will die unless you give her a crystal. Go ahead and hand it over. So he's laughing and leaves without thanking us, but we'll see him again later. Him or her. I haven't decided if those are men or women. But I was watching a video the other day where it was Nintendo Capri Sun doing a co-op of Secret of Mana, and they were trying to sing Michael Jackson songs. The only one they didn't do was Leave Me Alone, so it was perfect. I already found it. I already found the mirror. I'm way ahead of you. And one of these doors should be locked. Are you speaking to me telepathically? There are no quotes around your text here. Yeah, this game is fairly well translated overall. It has a few errors here and there. There's only one really big one. So Metroton likes this town, but how could he get to it without the horn? Some more information about the mirror. That door is what's locked. So Ruth has the key to the house. I can't get it yet. I haven't talked to Yuna yet. We'll fix that now. We're done in town otherwise. Lord Yuna turns out to be the most radiant woman you have ever met. Ah, she's a Mary Sue. Hello, Alex. I've been awaiting your arrival, she says in a silky voice. I am the High Sorceress of Yuna. I know you wish to enter the Orta Temple, but it has been buried in sand since times of old. The temple itself judges if you may enter. Play forth the sand melody to request passage. The temple will hear. Ruth holds the key. Go to Ruth's house. Okay, now we can go get the key. So I'll go to her house that looks strangely like a temple. You spoke with Yuna already? The young maiden asks. In the neighboring house there is a secret cave. Let us break the seal and enter. The ancient cave laid traps to guard against unwelcome visitors. Step cautiously. So a regular old key is what's going to let us into this trial cave. And this place isn't very long. It has a couple twists and turns. But otherwise has what we need to get to the Orta Temple. So, something called the Underground. I'm going to need the horn. And this is where you really first start to have platforming issues in the game. Yeah, don't try and jump the gap before you take out these guys, because you have to get to the right side. Okay, I hit him while he was heading towards me. What was up with that? Oh well. Some more stupid gargoyles. That was close. Had he hit me while my back was turned, I would have been knocked into the pit. But this place isn't that hard. Just get rid of the gargoyles and handle your jumps carefully. You shouldn't fall. Yeah, platforming on this isn't that bad. The jumping controls are actually quite good. So, more gargoyles. And if you fall, you have to deal... Ow! Oh, you butt! He got me from behind. Yep, traps in here as well. Fortunately, I didn't have to go all the way back around to the front. I would have had to fall anywhere else. Or am I just going around in circles? This looks familiar. Yeah, I think I have to drop it down in a certain place rather than just walk around in circles. So that's probably the top right room, as it's the hardest to get into. Yeah, this might be it. I don't quite remember. I basically just have to find the one that doesn't have... It's not readily accessible by walking. So maybe that bottom right room, rather than the top right. Yeah, there's a sealed door right here. These are enemies back from the fire cave. Are you mocking me, game? Alright. So back through here. Yep, indeed it looks like that's where I need to go. This is right above where the sealed door is. Oh, I can just ignore these guys. Try and take one out. Indeed, this is the right way to go. So if you head left, you'll get locked out again. Other than that, it's fairly linear. Although I may have to do some more jumping upstairs. Yeah, it's mostly a matter of finding the right hole to jump down from in this dungeon. It happens again in another one later on. Okay, so make a beeline through here. Looks like the floor is going to crumble. Oh, hey, you pushed me along the right way. Thanks, Gargoyle. Even though you're laughing at me. Okay, looks like I don't have to fall down again after all. If I do it, that's probably the room where you have to do it in. And we get the score. The score is what's needed to play the horn in a melody like this. And that's what we need to get into the Orta Temple. And I've been going for about 50 minutes, so that is good enough for a part for today. I'm going to save and quit. Well, thanks you guys for tuning in, and for the ones who stayed for the whole thing. Una sees you enter through the door and smiles. The horn holds the essence of the ancients of Orta. Play upon the horn to awaken the spirits. As the notes echo from the walls of the sand cave, the ancients will reveal your path. Take this map to find the temple, and take care. And what does Ruth have to say? I'm assuming... No, that's not Ruth. That's just an ancient sorceress. Or a regular sorceress, not an ancient one. Una looks a lot older than her. You don't have to worry about me. I'm over-leveled. I don't know if the monk that gives advice has anything new to say either. Yep, same thing. So that's all I got for tonight. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm Gunarm9, call me Dine. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll see you for the next video. Probably going to be another part of this. I'm trying to break this up into one video ratio for this and for Mega Man 3, since Mega Man 3 is going to be 4, maybe 5 parts. Again, I'm Gunarm9, call me Dine. You guys take care. One of these days I'll come up with a short outro. Bye.